Hey everyone, this is Jonathan from Guitar Player Academy here, and today we are continuing our So You Want to Learn How to Play the Blues series. We went over part 1. In part 1 we talked about the major pentatonic, minor pentatonic, and the constant balance of switching between the two while also really landing and focusing on our chord tones on a major blues 1-4-5, right? The 12-bar blues. We're going to continue that concept today, except we're going to be switching over to a 12-bar minor blues, right? Which is pretty much almost the exact same, minus a few caveats. So if you learned anything, you find this video at all helpful, please like the video. It really helps the channel out a lot. If you're enjoying the channel, make sure to subscribe and to hit that notification bell so you never miss a Guitar Player Academy video again. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the concepts of what make the blues and a minor blues, it's a lot of blues, are still remain the same, right? You still have 1, 4, and 5. But in the minor blues, instead of playing all dominants, 7 chords with a major third, we're doing something different. We're actually going to be playing minor 7 chords, right? Again, we've talked a lot about these types of arpeggios and chords and how to solo over these in our How to Solo series, and then the top 5 best arpeggiations that you should know as a guitar player. So I highly recommend you go down to the description, you check those videos out. I'll have them linked, and just to bring that knowledge into this video. But we'll briefly go over it. So what makes this different than a major blues is that, you know how I was saying in part 1, you kind of bounce between major and minor pentatonic? Yeah, no, you're not balancing between major and minor pentatonic. You were playing minor pentatonic. You can't really end on a major third on a minor chord, right? Obviously not. You can't have a B natural and a B flat playing at the same time, especially when you're supposed to be playing a B flat in this case. We are still in G minor, opposed to being in G7. We are in G minor blues. But yeah, you just can't have that, right? And so you want to eliminate the major pentatonic kind of from your head and really focus in on the minor pentatonic, right? Minor pentatonic is just what we've been playing. Right, G, B flat, C, D, F, G. Right? And that would work over the 1, 4, and the minor 5. Right? And that's the difference here. We're not playing dominant 7s, we're just playing minor 7 chords. Right? So the 12-bar form is still the same. You still have 4 bars of minor 1, 2 bars of minor 4, 2 bars of minor 1, then 1 bar of minor 5, not dominant 5, minor 5, to minor 4, to minor 1, and then a bar of dominant 5, right? I'll shout out the chords when we play through them. So, minor 1, G minor 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2. Here we go to 4, 2, to 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Minor 5 for 1 bar, minor 4 for 1 bar, 1. Dominant 7, right? That's pretty much it. It's the exact same sound, except or exact same form, just a different sound, right? And so that actually makes it easier for us because the minor pentatonic is going to work over a lot of that. However, we still want to balance our chord tones like we were talking about, right? So I have a backing track here, and let's get into it and let's play some examples. So again, here's our minor 1, right? To minor 4, to minor 1. Minor 5, minor 4, minor 1. Dominant 7, 5. So all that was the minor pentatonic in G, right? Again, focusing on those chord tones of switch to pentatonic there. Here we go. But let's play some minor pentatonic blues. Let's be cognizant of the major third. Right? Let's talk about that switch from the minor 5 to the dominant 7/5. Right? That can be tricky because at first you hear it. But what's awesome about that dominant 7/5 and why we have it is for that F sharp. That F sharp, which is the third of the 5/7 chord, is what's called a leading tone into our minor 1, which in this case is G minor. So they don't just put it there just to make the chord progression more complicated. It launches you beautifully into a minor 1, right? Opposed to works, definitely still works, but this setup of having hear that? It's almost like an E harmonic minor, or excuse me, a G harmonic minor. Right? It allows you just to get more creative with what you're doing. So it's a challenge, but it's not an obstacle, it's a tool. And that's how you want to look at some of these chords, as tools, right? For the minor blues, the minor pentatonic of your 1 chord, so again, we're in G minor, so we would think, okay, G minor pentatonic pretty much works for 95% of it. It's a lot less of a game just of switching between scales and chord tones. Like if I just wanted to stay perfectly acceptable. Let's add some of those arpeggios in. Right? 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 Here's a great point. The major blues doesn't work here anymore. You know how we used to be able to go? It does not work because you have that major 6. Doesn't help. So you want him to stay in your minor blues. Fits. Now I'm thinking of the 4 chord. Our thoughts on phrasing and space from part 1 still continue here. It's just a continuation, except in the minor blues, I feel like there's more space to get grittier, right? You know, if I'm playing a happy, there's not much room to really do this like soul-grabbing bends of like. There's not a lot of room for that. But with the minor blues, there's just kind of more room to play, right? if I wanted to do right, I'm still thinking of minor pentatonic, thinking of my arpeggios, arpeggio, minor, I'm setting up my next line, right, to go right into that 4 chord. That's a great thing about the blues. The changes don't really change. It's pretty much the same. So you want to construct ways of getting to the next chord every time. You just don't want to be kind of making stuff up. Oh, now it's the 4 chord. And kind of doing what's called plug and play licks, where you just, okay, I know my minor 4 licks, I know my minor 1 licks, I know my minor 5 licks, I know my dominant 7 licks. No, make a story. Make a story. You know, you heard that line shot me right into my minor 4. And you want to be able to do that. Again, phrasing, spacing, dynamics, right? All just continue here. It's beautiful how it all works together. But the foundation of how we're doing these blues is keeping in mind the chord progression, really internalizing it, of that 1 to 4 to 1 to minor 5, minor 4, 1, dominant 7, 5, right? You should be able just to recite it in any key and just play it and be able to set yourself up nicely for the next group of licks. So let's get a little bit more complex here and let's see what really we can do. So this is just me playing as if I was just playing it. Some space. Right? Like plenty of space, dynamics. Right? Right? Don't be afraid to hit some of those tensions. You're on a minor chord. Think of your tensions. 9, right? Beautiful. Right? Thinking of my again, you don't want to overuse and abuse it, but just be cognizant that those options are available to you. I just find that there's so much room to play. Do big, slow, dramatic bends, you know, really bend into it. Have some vibrato. And feel those notes. But just remember, as you're going through the scale, you're going through those arpeggios, you just want to land on the chord tones. Those are your big flags and you know the end goal, right? Right. That's where you want to end up. It's great to have the best lick in the world, but if you're ending up on, you know, a 9th tension, right? Tension 9, and it just doesn't fit, and you should have landed on 1 or flat 3 or 5 or flat 7, but you just wanted to go for the flashy lick. Did you say something? And that's what you always want to do in music. You want to say something. Again, I highly recommend going and listening to tons of blues albums. If you look up on like Spotify, you just look up blues, and I'll make a mix for you, and you just listen and intake it. It's an oral tradition. So the more you listen, the better off you are. But I just want to give you these concepts of balancing the minor pentatonic along with the arpeggios. Right? Or, sorry, wrong scale. Or, knowing each arpeggio, which again will be linked below, and adding them to your repertoire here, the blues gives you a playground to take everything we've talked about in our How to Solo series and apply it. So let me know how you guys do with that. If you guys enjoy this type of content where we kind of take all the theories and we put them into a video and say, okay, so this is what it would actually sound like. If you enjoy videos like this, please like the video, comment if you learned anything, or if there's any other tips and tricks that you would like to share. Again, subscribe to the channel and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't ever miss a Guitar Player Academy video again. And remember, keep on shedding and keep coming back, because we want to make you the best guitar player that you can be.